understand that nobody really feels successful. Nobody really feels adequate. Nobody's really happy. Everybody's afraid of uncertainty. It is not because of the nature of your circumstances that you feel these things. This sense of inadequacy, dissatisfaction, unfulfillment, it's just the mark of personal identity. Here we are gathered from all different parts of the world, engaged in all different types of work, with all different types of possessions. But the stain of personal identity is the stain of personal identity. No matter what you're experiencing, no matter the nature of your circumstances, no matter how many times you shuffle them around, the state of inadequacy and unfulfillment and dissatisfaction will be found and will persist. That itself is a blessing in disguise, because it is only this endless dissatisfaction that motivates us to turn inward, to inquire, who am I? What is this? Why all these contradictions? Why all this suffering? So never feel that because you are experiencing hardship, that you are disconnected from life or source. It is natural to feel a sense of isolation from source or God or truth when you experience hardship. But hardship is the name of the game in varying degrees. I know that's not a very nice way to sell this whole experience, but it is something that we have to come to understand about experience. Right? In Buddhism, the first principle is there is suffering. Until we acknowledge this, spiritual advancement, spiritual progress is very limited. And we really always feel that it is just the nature of circumstances that is causing my suffering. And therefore, if the circumstances are changed, my suffering will go away. So today I invite you to acknowledge that no matter what your circumstances can change into, and they will change, because that is the nature of circumstance, that is the nature of phenomena. It changes, impermanence, transiency. But no matter what it may change to, The dissatisfaction, the suffering will not go away. Don't mistake pleasure for peace. Don't mistake relief with peace. So it is this suffering, this hardship that motivates us to turn within. It is what motivates us to stop pointing the finger towards circumstances, blaming circumstances for our inadequacy and the suffering, and also to stop seeking then a change in circumstances to once again feel adequate and happy. It is what motivates us to look for the answer within. It is what motivates us to truly want to understand the workings of thought and emotion. It is what makes us curious about truth. Which is why I always say, inwardly, always feel like you are being guided, because you are. For you to even, without any effort, make it to this teaching, to come and be here, eh, have this message arising in your experience, without you making that happen, even without you making that happen, it has come and it is urging you and inviting you to go within yourself and continuing to motivate you through these endless contradictions and whatever hardship may be there. When we stop resisting our hardship and just fueling, when we just use up all of our energy resenting and resisting and fighting, then there's no space for understanding. There's no space for truth. So when we let go of that resisting and fighting and resenting, not only is there a great relief and a sort of sense of ease, regardless of the nature of circumstances, but also there's a vast amount of energy now available for inner contemplation, understanding, discovering, revealing. So surrender to this ever expanding flow. Surrender to this guidance, this inner guidance, which is always leading you wherever it is that you need to go. And the main thing that helps us in this inner discovering is silence, resting from concepts, turning away from objects. This is where you will reestablish a inner connection. This is how you create space for wisdom and understanding, alignment to arise. In silence, our judgments dissolve, our concerns dissolve, our dysfunctional patterns and habits dissolve. Basically, anything that covers up the truth, obscures the truth of ourselves, begins to dissolve. Begins to be seen as false, loses its power. What the mind struggles to understand with thinking and concepts and fails to grasp because it does not have that capacity will naturally begin to reflect in the mind only through silence. Even actually when you feel totally disconnected and you feel like you're like, things are just falling apart or not, things are not going right. Notice how even the pain of that sort of situation once again remotivates you and refreshes your spiritual practice and makes you turn inward, because like sometimes the pain gets so unbearable that like that's the only option you have left. So even don't resist and resent that circumstance or situation or that phase where you may feel like things aren't really working or feeling of stuckness. Just really come to understand that everything that is arising in your experience is exactly what you need to experience to discover the truth of yourself. So be humbled by that, be grateful for that, and listen to its demands.
I hope that video helped you greatly. If you want to make what you heard in today's video your direct experience, then you have to start practicing self-inquiry meditation. So I have a resource for you that you can download for free in the description box below. It is my self-inquiry guide. It will teach you how to practice self-inquiry step by step. And if you're looking for help with consistency and depth in your practice and you want a more structured approach, check out our School of Awakening. School of Awakening is a community of people practicing self-inquiry and awakening to their true self. It is an amazing program that will help you break through. So firstly, we have our amazing community group here where you can ask questions anytime. Along with that, we have our course material, whereas you can see over here, day by day, I will lead you down into a deeper and deeper understanding, and again, more importantly, experience your true nature. Along with that, we do weekly meetings, Q&As, guided meditations, and from within the program, you can even book a private meeting with me to get additional help. It is an incredible resource. If you are serious about your self-inquiry practice, you want to commit to going deeper into these teachings, then I highly encourage you to take a look at the link in the description box below. It'll take you over to the School of Awakening page and you can enroll right away. So I certainly hope to see you inside of our School of Awakening. But that's all for today's video. I hope you gained a lot of value. I'll see you next time.